Snitches get stitches. Have you heard of that? I know we all have. Um, hmm. So you read the title correctly. Have you ever been snitched on and the snitch just was so bold to just be in your face the next day like, hi, hi, how are you? Hmm. Wow. Yeah, it is a new generation. I am from a different generation, obviously. I'm not in my 20s. Um, but this generation, I want to be as confidential as possible. So, how can I say? But yeah, it was a environment, just say at the work. Um, but it was just such an irrelevant reason and purpose. I just didn't get it. Like, why was it that serious? No, it wasn't that serious. All you gotta do was come to me and say something, or like talk to me and just be like, hey, like whatever. Like, it's not that serious. If you felt like you didn't like something that I was doing, or if I didn't do something I was supposed to do, or etc. etc. Wouldn't it have been better to just be like, hey, just for heads up next time, just trying to make sure you do XYZ. Just swing it by me, something, especially when literally it was my first, I would say it was like my first week. And it was like, wow, you really trying to like get me fired already? Like, damn, what a weird situation. I'm just like, wow, I feel so uncomfortable now. Getting called to the HR office the first month of your job, and first time in my entire life, actually. So I was like blown away, like, wow, these people are really trying to throw me on a bus, throw me under the bus, trying to kick you while you're down, trying to make you look like you're just bad and good for nothing. And I feel sorry for them. And I said, wow, this is sad. Um, I understand people are threatened and they feel threatened around new people when they are working on a job that they got comfortable in and they're familiar with everything, and then here comes a new person and it's like, they feel like they got to protect their territory, or maybe they want to know that they're the top dog, or now you got to bow down, or whatever it is. Sorry, but it's just, to me, it's so petty, and I have higher standards, so I wouldn't done that. I wouldn't have done that to somebody. And I think and I feel that they're probably embarrassed and ashamed of it because, especially if there's only one person around you during the shift as to the issue as to why you got called to HR. It's like, okay, there was nobody else there that day but you, so I know it was you. And so it just makes it even more like, wow. And then the next day they're sitting there talking to you like nothing happened, but this person snitched on you and caused you to have a meeting with HR just the first month of your job and be put on probation. It's like nothing gets more disgusting than that. It was like, wow, you really care, like you really like that desperate with this job. And I just thought, that's why certain people, they can be in the same job for 10, 20 years, 5 years, 10 years, and still the same. And people like me, actually, you push me, you force me to find a better situation. So once I see the dynamics of the job, and I started to notice a lot of things. Just my first couple of weeks, people were gossiping really bad, saying very inappropriate things about other people, like the um, director, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe they're just blatantly talking crap about them. Like, even saying things about their body parts, which is kind of like sexual, like violating, I think. I don't know if that's the right term, but very inappropriate for sure. Um, so it's like, wow, I was blown away. But one thing I did know is that that wasn't for me. That wasn't the environment I was going to get into. I wasn't going to um, be in a situation where I have to feel like I gotta watch my back. I have to be scared. I have to walk on my tippy toes or be on eggshells and be like, yes, master, whatever, to somebody who got the same position as I do. We got the same damn position. We get paid the same amount of money. But you want to feel like you're upper one over me. It's like, wow. So yeah, so I thought, okay, there are a few different shifts that I worked, right? And then for that shift, for in particular, I didn't have to work that shift anymore. And I just thought, you know what? I have options, I have other options, and I have enough experience in my life to know that that is the beginning of some crazy shit. And it just will get worse. And if somebody doesn't like you, there's nothing you can do about it, unfortunately. And I just felt like, oh, it wasn't just one person, it was two people, it was two different people who snitched on me. Can you believe it? Two? They just tag team me. Like, damn. So I'm just like, damn, these motherfuckers really don't like me. How you gonna have two people, at least two, for what I know of, to snitch on you within like your first couple of weeks on the job, and basically trying to get you fired? I'm just like, wow. So if someone doesn't like you already, they just never gonna like you. And I just thought that was very unprofessional, even for the job, to take their account to what they say at such a high standard to where they took action like that on me. And probably my rights were violated, actually. I probably could get legal consultation. And, but, I don't even want to go there but right now. But the fact that that happened just told me that in the future, just because they get mad at me on any little thing, maybe because they felt like I wasn't nice enough, or maybe they thought, oh, she's being rude today, oh, she rolled her eyes at me, I don't know, just whatever. They just going to go and make up something or just come up with any complaint to HR and then just get me out of there. So I said, you know what, take me off those shifts. I am not going to work with those people. And thank God, so I did it the 2 weeks ahead. So now I work only a different shift where I will never see their face again. I see them during shift exchange, but that's it. And now, instead of going there, where would I was going? Instead of going 5 days a week, I'm only going 2 days a week because I didn't really need a job like that. I mean, I did, but I had other options. I have another job that I can do. So I just called another agency I work for. So I called, well, I text, and I was just like, hey, do you have any availability different shifts? Because, XYZ happened. I'm kind of like over it with them. I don't want to work these shifts. And then immediately the same day, they're like, oh, actually, we do have some shifts, some open shifts for you. So can you believe it? Just like that, immediately within the same hour, I was able to replace that job. Yeah, those shifts. So, do you see what happened when people try to? And actually, this is a much better deal. Actually, my other opportunity, it's 7 minutes from my house versus the other job. I'm driving like an hour and 7 minutes some days. Um, and I'll be working like an extra day there. So instead of working there those 3 days, I'm doing 4 days. So I'm doing 4 and 2, so 6 days, days a week, and it's a really good hours, and it's just like perfect, and it's so chill. I don't have to be around those like people, those dynamics where people are just being nasty and rude and funny and like smiling in my face, hi, and then going back Oh my God. So that's what I mean. Like people try to like hurt you and try to like prevent you from excelling. They actually push you to become better. They push you into better opportunities. So let the haters hate. Let the snitches snitch. Because I know they feel like shit. I know they do because I know who did it. And I told other people that are kind of cool that I feel like I can trust, but still I didn't care. I was like, even around that, I was like, yeah, I can't believe that somebody went to complain about me, filed a complaint, and I know who they are. And I said, that's just some weird shit. Like, I didn't say weird, but that is like weirdo shit. Like, don't be a weirdo. You standing there next to me. Just fucking tell me. Like fucking weirdos. So anyhow, has anyone ever snitched on you just blatantly? Or have someone ever hated on you? Did someone ever try to stop you from getting the bag? Tell me. Drop your comments below. And yeah, let's explore how 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 people just waste their time trying to stop you from excelling in life. Because if something is meant to be, then nothing could stop it. So I'm gonna check in with my friend, and I will talk to you later. Ciao.